Hello Steelers, and welcome to this review of the Geek Villain modelling pigments that they've recently released. Only a few weeks ago I dived straight in and got a couple of these for my own purposes because I like modelling pigments. They currently have quite a big range. They're selling for £4 for a tin of this size, which is a pretty good price if you ask me for the other pigments that I've seen. But let me just tell you what we've got. They've got dark soil, farmland, rust, winter soil, light rust, dark rust, Ukrainian soil, concrete dust and Vietnam. So I dived in, the different shades obviously. I dived in straight away and I bought myself some of these. These weren't sent to me, I'm just going to say that now. I'm doing a review of them though because I think they're pretty good. So I just wanted to talk about them a little bit really and just show you how they work and what they do. I got the dark soil. And I also got farmland as well. Dark soil is slightly darkish brown colour, just off brown. So, and then the farmland is a little bit more orangey in colour as well. So what I'll do is I'll just change the camera over, and I'll show you how they look in the thing, and then I'll show you. I recently made a house, and I used some of these pigments on the house, so I can show you exactly how to use them as well, and how they work and how they look afterwards. But just to say that these are really good. Not just I use them in military modelling as well, not just in wargaming. So they're not just for terrain. They're really good for vehicles. So they can just add dust and things to your vehicles very easily with these. But let me show you what the colours look like on these two, and then I'll show you how I use them as well. So as I said, these are the bottles themselves. Does it say 40 millilitres? So you get quite a lot in these, and compared to other ones that I've got, which are pretty small, this one, for example, is a Revel one that I've got. And you know, it shows you the amounts that you get in the Geek Villain ones compared to the Revel ones, or the other ones obviously are different sizes from different manufacturers. But here we have, this one is the farmland. So let's just have a look, show you. This one's slightly lighter in colour. It's that yellowish colour there. I'm sure you can see that. And then on the other side we have, this is the dark soil, and this one is a lot darker. I probably find more use for this, for the dark soil one, but I also, you can blend the two together as well. And I am thinking about getting some other bits and pieces of them. They are quite messy when you use them. Just beware of that. They will get everywhere, so be careful when you're using them and tipping them out in places like that. But what I'll do now is I'll just show you very quickly how they actually work as well. So here we have it. It's a very simple method. Just using a dry brush, dry and clean brush that is. Just get some of your pigments and then just dab it literally over the areas you want. I'm creating tide marks here on this building. So I use the dark earth, and then I also added some of the farmland, the farmyard stuff as well over the top, just to give it a bit of a blend and a bit more interest as well. Very simple, just knock some of the stuff off, put on as much or as little as you need here, because what we're going to do is we're going to fix it into place anyway. You can see I've got the fixer ready on the right hand side there of the screen, but it's just a case of working your way around the model. And as I say, if you're doing this with vehicles, you'd probably put this around wheels or where mud splashes up. And then I get a pipette and I use the fix stuff, pigment fixer. This is separately bought from somewhere else. I can't remember where, I think off eBay. But then I just dab this over the areas and then let this dry for a good, I'd say a good 24 hours. What happens is the pigment fixer will evaporate, but it will leave the pigment in place, and you can see there where it is. There is a slight tide mark from the fixer, so what I will do, once it is all completely dried, I will then spray it with some matte varnish, or you could paint it with some matte varnish at this point, and then this is literally how it turns out. And that is how easy they are to use. They look great. They really add just a little bit of extra to your buildings or to your vehicles, and I thoroughly recommend these. For the price, I think they're fantastic, to be honest, and I will be buying more. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like and subscribe, and also if you want to check out the Patreon, please do. It's all in the description below. Thanks a million.